What's going on, everybody? It's Rev, and welcome back to another Dauntless video. Today I'm going to be going over a build that I have designed specifically for busting up those pesky Umbral behemoths that you might be having trouble with. While I'm featuring this build on the sword, this build is usable on any weapon that can take advantage of the energized cell perk. So warpike, chain blades, axe, and sword are all viable options for this build. Running it on hammer isn't too big of a deal, but I would advise against using this on the repeaters. If you haven't already, you can check out my latest chainblade guide and give this build a spin on some future hunts. I'm really proud of that guide, and I think it's one of my best videos to date. But let's get right to the build. The Umbral Buster features the highest DPS Radiant weapon in Dauntless in the valomyr weapon. Don't get me wrong, Rezakiri weapons are good and have their place, but when it comes to raw, Radiant power, valomyr, when played correctly, are some of the best DPS weapons in the game. I say when played correctly because the charge on valomyr's unique effect is based on your current health. The lower health you have, the slower the weapon charges. However, this means that cell perks like Tough give you a slight DPS increase when using this weapon, since you're increasing your total health pool, which in turn increases the charge rate of the unique effect. That is, if you're opting to bring Tough with you. For this build, we're not using Tough, but it's a good thing to know when synergizing. Looking further into this, it's worth noting that things like shields do not count as max HP, and do not increase the charge rate. This was one of the first things I tested when I saw the valomyr weapons, and was mega curious. Alas, it isn't an infinite explodey lightsaber of death. Maybe next time. Since the valomyr weapons are based around not getting hit, Predator is a natural choice for a little extra damage to have in your pocket, which will keep your unique effect procs hitting for bigger numbers. If you're not a fan of Predator, you can sub out the Predator for Cunning, until you feel you're more comfortable in doing so. It is less damage, but it assures that you're getting the most out of your build at all times. Predator is a dead cell if you're getting hit all the time, so make the wiser choice. For our damage cells, we have the help of Overpower and Aether Hunter. Both Shroud and Riftstalker are able to be interrupted and spend a lot of time on the ground when they are interrupted. So Overpower has tons of uptime on these behemoths. You can press the attack even more, especially if they're Aether charged. Riftstalker in Aether form is very subtle, but it's whenever it's glowing purple. A lot of players don't know that this is the case, and Aether Hunter absolutely destroys Riftstalker, and Shroud is no exception. For a little boost in attack speed and move speed, we have Molten. Molten is a really solid pick these days. Both behemoths spend a lot of time moving around, and the extra move speed and attack speed assure you're getting in ample hits on these more squirrely behemoths. Lastly, our complementing cells are Etheric Attunement, Conditioning, and Energize. Etheric Attunement is a staple utility cell that can be utilized in literally any build, giving the player extra lantern charge upon dealing damage, as well as the hidden ability to reduce the cooldown of your lantern's tap ability. The bonus Energized assures that, in my case, my overdrive uptime remains high, so I can chase after a fleeing Batcat or a runaway Shroud. But increasing your axe charge for more damage, and the warpike charge for the same reason, isn't anything to scoff at, and could be more useful than you think. I'm a big advocate for conditioning. It just rounds out the combat experience if you ever find yourself in multiple dodge situations or need to burn some stamina on certain attacks. Conditioning just eases the burden on your stamina bar for the entire fight. With this build, I've been able to kill these two behemoths in under 3 minutes on multiple weapons. So this could really help you with your mastery cards if you find yourself within the skill curve. Another useful tidbit of information is that keeping your health high with this build is imperative. Again, valomyr weapons charge faster the higher current health you have. Life Drain and other healing consumables will ensure that you and your allies are remaining healthy throughout a fight. And my very last tip is bring concussive grenades to these fights if you're not comfortable with interrupts. The grenade quest starts at Janek Zai in Ramsgate, who is the repeater NPC, and they're really useful to players who aren't comfortable interrupting with their weapons. That's going to wrap up this build video. Let me know what you think at the comments section, and if you like this video, a like would be very appreciated. If you want to see more Dauntless content like this, consider subscribing to the channel and turning on notifications. If you want to hunt sometime, you can hit me with a follow on Twitch to know when I go live. And if you want to support the channel, you can use creator code RevvyRad in the Dauntless in-game store or the Epic Games store. Thank you all so very much for watching, and I will see you on the Shattered Isles.